Hey everyone, welcome to Willow's Whimsy. This is my series, Niecy's Journey to Better Health. And before we go forward, I want to say that the support for the shorts I'm doing with the affirmations is so humbling. This has never happened to me before. I am so grateful for the views, for my new subscribers, for the people who like the videos. The comments have been nothing but positive and kind and loving and supportive. So thank you. Thank you. It's such a little thing to do, but it makes a huge difference for me. It matters. So thank you. I want to talk about something that happened last week, and I want to talk about, I said I was going to do a video on all the different supplements I take and whether they're helping or not. And I tried 3 times to shoot that video, and I thought, my videos, obviously, I don't have enough subscribers to get sponsorships, so they're not sponsored. I don't get free products. I don't get reimbursed in any way for doing this. It's just something I want to share with you. But I think, for the sake of my sanity, I want time to kind of look into some of the main core ingredients in these things and give you really good information. That's something that I tend not to do. I just shoot these off the cuff and I'm like, So I am going to start this week, and I Googled this, and so we'll talk about that, but let me mention that the affirmations I mentioned, I'm going to put them down in the description of this video. So you can go there and try it out for yourself. And one of these videos where I include a supplement each time and then talk about my health, I'll talk about the affirmations and what I feel they've done for me, but it's not this video. Okay. So this is a happy light. And I don't have it plugged in. It's got a weird cord and it won't reach where I am, so I can't turn it on, but it would blind you anyway. No, it doesn't blind you, but you turn this on and you sit in front of it. They suggest like 20 to 30 minutes. I don't have 20 to 30 minutes. I am up to 11 minutes of meditation each morning. I eventually want to get up to 20. I do this simultaneously. So I have a little table where I meditate in my bedroom, and this is on that, and I turn it on and I meditate. And let's look at how this helps. Happy lights, also known as light therapy lamps, work by mimicking natural sunlight to help regulate the body's natural sleep-wake cycle and improve mood, particularly for those experiencing seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. They achieve this by emitting bright, full-spectrum light that stimulates the retina, which then sends signals to the hypothalamus, helping to reset the body's internal clock and boost mood-related chemicals like serotonin. There's a lot more on that if you want to go down that rabbit hole. Does it work? You want to know the really funny thing? And let me just say this, and I'll try to remember to say it in every video. Consistency is key. Consistency, consistency, consistency. You cannot try something for 1 or 2 days or a week and then start to slide off and then pick it back up for a couple days and slide off and expect it to work. You just can't. You have to make a commitment. Don't do what I used to do and try to do it all at once. Incorporate a step into your morning routine and do it for a good, I would say, at minimum, it's 21 days to build a new habit, right? Do it for 21 days and then you can go to the next thing. And you've got this one in place and you'll add something to it. Does that make sense? Interestingly, so it's not a huge change. But for me, if there's any positive change that it makes, I'm going to keep doing it. Because what I'm finding, and I didn't expect this anyway. I'm not one of those people who's all or nothing. I'm not looking for a miracle pill or a miracle cure. But I believe that if you do a lot of different things, that help in one way or another, they all add up to the big picture. And that's why I'm just going to do one of these a week instead of trying to bombard you with a million products, right? And I wasn't able to stay in my time frame. What I noticed was, you know, I just do this when I meditate. So it's really easy because I already meditated. So, okay, turn on the light. There was one morning I got up and I was late and I kind of rushed through and got off to work, and I noticed, like, I am crabby. I'm not always crabby, but some mornings I'm crabby, and I just jump right into my routine, so I don't even give it any power. And I didn't even stop to think that, oh, I'm not crabby anymore after doing this until I didn't do it. And I'm like, oh, does it make me ecstatically happy? No. It helps with the crabbiness in the morning. I just call it the morning funk. It's not a stinky funk. It's just a funk. It can be a little bit of depression. It can be tiredness. It can be crabbiness, all of that put together sometimes. And when I didn't take it, I realized it must be working because I wake up pretty much the same every morning, but I usually feel really good by now. And I don't feel good. I do not have a link for this one. It was gifted to me. I no longer have Amazon Prime, so I don't even have a link to look for, but I know that's where my sister-in-law got it for me. And so just go on Amazon or Walmart or any of those, Target, and you should be able to find it. And I think they range anywhere from probably like $15 on up. And they all emit the same kind of light. You don't have to buy a $75, you know, happy light. That's my thoughts on happy lights. Yes, they work over time and with consistency. Okay, so we're gonna try to make this quick. I did some videos on ADHD. I want to tell you about my week last week. So a week ago Friday, my boss had a conniption on me, literally went off on me. And I already know that my accuracy was shit, and I already know that it was taking me way too long to do things. And so she has this conniption on me, and she's like, you were gonna do this, you told me you would do this yesterday, and it's not done. What did you do all day? And I couldn't tell her. I knew I worked, but I couldn't tell her. So that happened. So I kind of came in Monday like knowing I'm gonna lose my job and I gotta turn things around. And I didn't know what that was gonna look like. I didn't know if I could, if I was capable of it. I do think some of the other supplements we're going to be talking about have helped. I also think the therapy I had for the DBT, dialectal behavioral therapy, I think that helped. And I think maybe I assumed some things about myself, and that's what I want to talk about. Now, her boss, so I have my boss, and then I have the owner. It's two owners, husband and wife. They've been in business for almost 50 years. Their daughter is like the office manager, so she's my boss, but really the owners are my boss. My boss is too. So it was one of the owners, the wife, asked me to come into her trailer. We have two trailers. And she was very kind and very, I don't want to say loving. She was professional, but she was very kind. And kind of showed me my mistakes, talked about time. Both of them said, there's more we need to be training you on. And I'm like, okay. So I did a couple things. I started documenting everything I do, even the simple things. Even if both of them like to come in and have conversations, not about work with me, and I'm documenting that too. Like, you know, come in at 8, punched in, Charlene and I had a personal conversation for 45 minutes. I put that on there. And I started doing that not to help myself in any way other than if I get fired, I'm going to apply for unemployment and I need documentation, documentation, documentation. So I date it and I put everything on there, whether it's a 5-minute task or a 2-hour-long task. That was the first thing. The second thing is I gotta go fucking faster. And I was really worried. I've talked about how the training has been awful. I talked about this training manual they have and how different people learn different ways. And so what looks good to one person, you know, written down, another person, it might as well be a foreign language, right? So I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought that Friday would come and they'd say, you know, it's not working out. So I started doing, I know what my morning tasks are. Those are easy. And I gave myself an hour to do each of them, even though that's not as fast as they want. And what I found was I got through them very quickly. I take deep breaths. I thought there's so many different applications for each step, you guys. Spreadsheets, it gets put into the CRM, but then it also gets put on a spreadsheet. And sometimes it gets put over here. I am not here to judge anymore. I have to keep my job. And saying to myself, did you remember to change the status in the CRM? Did you remember to change the status on the spreadsheet? Did you put in the phone number in both places correctly? The address? Let's look at this. Did you assign a salesman because there's an owner for each job? And I did it. And then the next piece after getting new leads in is making the phone calls. And they want you to call, email, and text. What I have found, even though I don't like calling because I'm antisocial as fuck, if I make those phone calls, I would say 7 out of 10 times I get them and I schedule them. That's huge, you guys. This is a down season for them because we've had so much rain. It's an asphalt company. And so it is slow. That scares the F out of me because what happens next year? If this is nothing compared to what it usually is, we're not there. I'm letting that go. I only have today to look at, right? So I do that. You know, I do the phone calling. After the phone calls are over, I again go through the spreadsheet and the CRM to make sure I have updated the statuses. And then I actually go in and schedule the appointments for when the customer wanted them. Okay. Then I have job sheets, I have contracts, I have estimates. Each one has its own process and multiple, again, application. I know my sister always says, work smarter, not harder. To me, this is harder, but it does not matter. This is my job. This is how they do it. Okay. Basically what I could go on and on. I got through the week and I kicked ass. That brought me back to the ADHD. You guys, my whole life, since I pretty much went through puberty, because I did good in school, K through 6, it was 7th grade and junior high where it all went to hell. And I started this pattern of I can't. It's too boring to sit in a classroom for 50 minutes. It's too much work to try and get done in one night of homework. And at 12 years of age, you guys, I started giving up. I started checking out. It was easier for me to go to parties. Back then I smoked weed. I haven't smoked it like, what do you call that? Socially or whatever it's been years. But my whole point, I digress. I'm so sorry. That threw me off, the weed thing. But I started smoking weed. I started drinking. I was much more engaged in the social part of school. At that point, my anger hit a new boom, and we just stayed angry until I was about 45. job after job after job after job, because it wasn't just school. Senior high, I would start out, I don't remember if we had quarters or trimesters. I would start out with 6 classes. I would end with 1, and I usually failed that 1. The rest went to study halls, which I also didn't get credit for because I skipped. I was never there. School was a social thing. I knew who skipped on this day at this time, so I'd hang out with her. I knew that he would take a walk around the creek on this day, this hour, so I would go with him. You get the gist. Jobs. Job after job after job after job after job. It was not just the ADHD. It was also, I didn't know until 2 years ago that I have borderline personality disorder, and a big piece of that is repeating patterns and self-sabotage. And this week, and it's not just the supplements, although there are things I am doing with exercise, with supplements that I think are part of the puzzle here that are helping. I had no choice but to do this. I have been able to skate in every job, and I quit before they could fire me. I would sense when it was coming. And my struggles are real. I have ADHD, but what I found out this week, and this is the point of all of this, telling you all this, I'm not dumb. And I can do things and change them when I am forced to. Walking out of this job was not an option. I need money. I just went through 5.5 months of hell, and people helped me without me asking, because I went into this time like, no, this is all me. This is all my chaos. This is up to me. And the universe, I don't know, touched people's hearts, and they offered help. So thank you, thank you. I am so grateful we made it through that without me missing a single payment on anything. When I look at the amount of money that came into me and the things that people did, getting me grocery gift cards, restaurant, fast food gift cards, gas gift, and money, a lot of money. This was offered to me without me asking, thank you. But I can't expect that for the rest of my life. And so it isn't just me and my finances on the line. People helped me. One of the people, I'm paying her back, and I'm not going to fuck her over, because she gifted me something and then she borrowed me something. I'm not going to shit all over that. I'm not going to shit all over any of the help that I got. This is me. I have to deal with this. I have not won the lottery yet. So I learned that I'm not dumb. And I learned that even though I'm still not where they want me to be accuracy-wise, it was so much better. And on Friday, now my boss didn't say anything, but her mother, when I said goodbye, I hadn't brought up, well, am I still here? Because she had said, let's see how the week goes. I went in to say goodbye to her and tell her to have a good weekend. And she said, Denise, this week was so much better. And I told her I thought so too, because I have the right to say I tried and I succeeded. I did better. And I think I can keep doing better. And I was able to say that about myself. I never say that shit about myself. It's just I'm dumb or whatever, And so I said, am I coming back on Monday? And she goes, oh yeah, so much gratitude for that. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Do not ever discount, right, the power of affirmation and the power of self-love and self-belief. Do not. Now, I am still looking for another job, you guys, because this one isn't it for me. But I will give it everything I've got so that if that ends up not being good enough and they fire me, I can file for unemployment and walk out with my head held high knowing, okay, I wasn't what they wanted, but I tried. I really tried. The second piece is maybe I'll make it through this whole season and I'll find another job so that when I give my 2 weeks, I have something to go right into. And today, and I just want to end on this note, I got the opportunity, all that help people gave me. I had lunch with a friend who I hardly ever get to see. And what I went through for 5.5 months, she's been going through triple that amount of time. And there were tears, you know, and all of this. And she didn't ask. She came to lunch expecting to pay for her lunch. I thought to myself, I can pay for her lunch. It's not going to make or break my budget. It makes it a little tighter, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I was able to do that for someone. Do you know how good that feels? Do you know how good it feels to help someone else? Because I know exactly how she feels. And sometimes you just need that little of kindness. And I know that it did her spirit good as it did mine to spend time with her and catch up and talk. We always cried together. We are great criers together. We just get it out, you know. It was wonderful. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. I will be back next week with a new product or supplement or whatever it is I'm doing for me. And thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Join me on the journey. Please hit the notification bell so that you will know when I post new videos. And please feel free to comment. I'm so grateful for all of you today. Thank you.